What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about this interview that Romona Shelburn gave to. I'm not sure who the guy was who she was talking to, right? But she basically, if you listen to her talk about like how LeBron James left the Lakers, right? She basically is giving a preview of what's going to happen and what's down the line for LeBron James leaving the NBA, right? Because the last 2 years of LeBron James being with the Lakers, the writing was on the wall. First of all, they didn't renew his contract, right? And then the last year or this past summer, when it was time for them to LeBron James to re-up, they made the decision that they wasn't going to re-sign him, right? And LeBron James was trying to make it look like, it was his decision to leave. And so this is, in my opinion, a preview of what's going to happen with LeBron James as far as the NBA. Once they are done with LeBron James, there's signs that they're going to be stepping away. And really already, I think there's signs, right? Because you see so many people now coming out against LeBron James, speaking, trying to tear down the narratives and everything that he's trying to push. But right now, the NBA is protecting him, right? Just because he's in the NBA. They're not protecting him, in my opinion, as much as they used to. More and more stuff is coming out, more and more pushback. You're seeing more and more pushback against LeBron James. So listen to what Romona Shelburn had to say on this interview, and I'm going to come back and give my input and point out some things.
And you said that this deal has been knocking on the door. Is there any connection between LeBron leaving and wanting no piece of this and him no longer being on the Lakers?
I don't think so. Okay. No, I don't. I don't think there's any tie-in. Right. I really think LeBron, in reporting on his departure after the fact, okay, like we all reported on it during the time period, and then now we're doing it after the fact. I really think he was done with the Lakers after that last game. I don't think there was anything they could have done differently, except for maybe give him an extension last year or give him a third year on the first extension he signed. He did a 1-and-1. I think he wanted 3 years.
Now right here, she's still kind of like trying to she right here, she's still kind of letting it, in my opinion, she's just exaggerating or basically just lying about LeBron's situation, right? But she's going to let some things slip. Watch this.
Weren't willing to do that because they wanted it to line up with Luka, or they wanted the salary cap flexibility that summer. I don't know if they had Luka yet. But I think that fate was sealed last August. I think that I really do. Now looking back on it, I think that was all done. He wasn't going to play for less with the Lakers because that's such an insult to play for so much less with this team. It's like when your boss asks you to take a pay cut, especially after the year he had, and he was so good. It's different.
All right, so he refused to play for the Lakers for less, right? But look what he's playing for now. He was due to get what, $50-something million from the Lakers. Around $54 million. Now he's playing for the Sixers for $8 million, right? So, they as much as they try to make it look like it was LeBron James' idea to separate, and I think this is what the NBA is going to do. They're making it look like LeBron James is going out gracefully, but subtle things like this are going to let you know that, like they're done with him. The Lakers were done with him. The Lakers never came out and made a statement. They allow LeBron James to push any narrative that he want. Like he had demands of the Lakers. He wanted to know what their intentions were, what the players they were going to go after and stuff like that, right? How you was going to try to rebuild. And the Lakers never really replied to any of that nonsense because they knew that they were done with him. And I think the NBA is going to do the same thing. They're going to allow LeBron James to push whatever narrative he want to push, but they're going to be some steps taken just to, to separate themselves from LeBron James.
different. There's a sort of curse of the incumbency. I don't think he wanted to be the third banana. He just accepted that role. He wanted to be wanted. He wants to have a key role. This is Luka's team. They turned the page. It was done last year. And he just, everybody made the best of it, and he was professional about it. He had a great year. Now he's in Philly. Everyone recruited him.
All right. And I said, once the Lakers let LeBron James go, and they made it be known that they didn't want to sign LeBron James, what that did was set LeBron James up so other teams can lowball him. And so you had Cleveland said they only had $3 million to give him. And Philly, I think, like I said, Philly is giving him $8 million, 2 years, right? But the thing is, if you have LeBron James on your team, there's gonna, like Philly gonna get so many more televised games and so much more attention to them. That $8 million that they're gonna give LeBron James, they're gonna make that up in one game. So you got LeBron James for 2 seasons. This is going to be, it's like they're going to make a lot of money off of LeBron James. So it makes good business sense to have LeBron James on there. But as soon as these teams, or as soon as the league can't make any money off of LeBron James, LeBron James is going to be out of there.
Miami recruited him. Cleveland recruited him. The Warriors obviously have tried to trade for him 4 times. He keeps saying.
So everybody recruited him and was trying to get him on their team. Why? Because they knew that LeBron James was going to bring TV. He's going to bring TV games to them, right? And that's money for them. It's an infusion into their local economy. Like, more people are going to be coming to the games. The shops and all of the little bars and pubs and stuff around these different stadiums or arenas. They're going to get more money. So that's millions of dollars everybody is making off of LeBron James. But like I said, as soon as they can't, the league is through with them, then, they're going to try to make it look like LeBron James is his decision for them to separate. But, it's all a money grab. They lowballed him. They're making a lot of money off of him. And and that's what this is all about.
It felt good to be wanted compared to a place where they already traded for your replacement. Mm-hmm. I get it. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. And like I said, the only reason why they wanted LeBron James, any of these teams, is because they want those TV games. Now, fortunately for LeBron James, he was able to go to a team that has really good talent. You got Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe. The more I see of this kid, VJ Edgecombe, the more of him I like. He reminds me a lot of Jimmy Butler, but I think offensively he's a little bit more polished than Jimmy Butler is. I don't think he's big and he's strong, but I don't think he's as strong. But I do think he is more polished offensively than Jimmy Butler is, right? And so I like Edgecombe. If they can keep this Joel Embiid, somewhat relatively healthy, I think, that'll do well for them in the playoffs, to have Joel healthy. And so I know going into the season that they're going to really regulate his minutes and stuff like that. Right. But yeah, man, it's all about LeBron James, letting LeBron James save face, making it look like LeBron James is running the show. He's calling the shots and stuff like that. Because the Lakers really didn't care about what narrative LeBron James put out there. But everybody knows that basically LeBron James was fired. That's the truth. He was basically fired from the Lakers. And so when she said that, he was recruited and he wanted to go somewhere where he was wanted. If he was really wanted, Well, just like I said, this price tag just makes it be known, let it known that LeBron James basically had no leverage. Anytime you got to go from $50 million to $8 million, that means that you don't have no leverage. You had to compromise. And you know what they say about compromising, it's a sign of weakness, right? If you got to compromise, then it's a sign of weakness. So, and that's the truth right there for LeBron James anyway. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video.